right. Let's try this number 2 because I realized I did an entire video. I started at 2. It didn't go. I don't think it went. I do not see it anywhere in the group. I'm just double checking. I am live now. Yay. So I had a really good practice. I was wondering why I wasn't getting any comments. I was doing some funny stuff too. Anyways, really glad that it's finally working, and I am going to set everything up so I can see comments and I can see my notes, and I don't really need to see my face, so we're good that way. Oh, how's your Friday going? Let me know in the comments, questions, concerns. How's the challenge going? Anyone on right now? All right. I've got that set up. Hopefully you guys are having super fun. Making sure my head's not cut off for you guys. All right, let's get this show on the road. Because I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you nothing right now. I'm still trying to figure out this technology. There you go. Love it. Okay, here we go. Day 3 of the challenge. Hopefully you guys are doing well and you're able to, participate with everything. We're diving deep into everything breathing in this 5-day challenge. And because we don't want to feel strained, we want to be able to get to the end of our phrases. We want to get on the pitch right away. We don't want to waver. We don't want to have problems going from one range to the other. And we want to be able to sustain some long phrases and do some fancy stuff, right? Controlling our dynamics, eliminating hoarseness and fatigue, and expand our range. All of those things, as I said yesterday, will help us to do that. So today, I asked you to get a water bottle, or not that, but a water bottle and a straw, and or a glass. Just, you don't want to have a whole lot of water. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and press pause. Go grab that stuff because you're gonna need it today. Anyways, let's see. When you have those things, make sure, like said that already. I'm not even going on my notes anymore. I'm just like, I already did this one time. Let's keep going. All right. So once you have that, while you're going and grabbing that a little bit, and setting up for it, today we're going to apply breath support exercises, one of them, and really talk about another component that challenges some singers, especially if you have a breathy voice. But so far, we have learned and explained what diaphragmatic breathing is and what it is not, and how much there is some misinformation on the web and YouTube videos regarding diaphragmatic breathing. It's just confusing. What are they talking about? And everyone it works different for, right? Like, I might show you one technique and you'll be like, yeah, that I don't relate to that. I can't get into that. And that's fine because we're all different. So I will always bring a whole bunch of different techniques. And today we're going to add on and we're going to bring another technique regarding using that diaphragm. All right. We also learned about why it's important to initiate with the nose, especially when you have long phrases. And then we also talked about those darn pesky allergies. How many people have had allergies right now? Oh my goodness. They are sometimes really hard to manage, but I gave you some really good advice yesterday. And one of my students popped in and said, "Hey, that's right. I love it." So we had just gone over that in our group, but we went a little bit deeper. Now remember, I warn you, I said this yesterday, the 5-day, what people mostly see is just the tiny tip of the iceberg peeking above the water. So that's what the 5-day gets you. Now, beneath the surface, we all know what's underneath there. Reality is the world of knowledge and skills that are essential for singing with confidence and power. Most of the techniques I show you, you're going to be able to watch on YouTube and other websites. But how do you apply that? That's the thing for your voice. As I said, customizing it. I've had students where they've been to other vocal instructors and didn't get it. Like they didn't get what they needed, and they knew they wanted to. They knew, and this particular person just knew that they had it in the past, used to sing like that, aged, had some issues, and now she can't get back there, and she doesn't understand because most of the things that she's done in the past was natural. And now it's like, why is it not natural? Well, you got out of the habit of doing it. So being able to just have someone walk you through that. And every aspect of singing is where we're gonna dive deep into every aspect of singing, leaving no stone unturned in that academy. Not just mastering vocal techniques though, because it's, some of that is boring, some of it's funny and very silly, but how to take care of your voice naturally. I have a masterclass for that where I actually bring in a professional who knows all the organic materials and how our voice benefits from them. And I also have music theory simplified so we can write songs for the Lord or put the words to songs. Whatever your goal is, it's in there. And we brought in an expert on how to record your vocals. Let's say you're doing a home, now you got it written and now you need to know how to get it recorded. I bring you people that really tell you the truth. So one other thing that we have in there is building stage presence, discovering and nurturing your own unique style. I'm always about that, by knowing the foundation of singing and then being able to say that is unique to you. You won't sound like everybody else. We cover all of that, but the main thing that I've had people, or students, I should say over and over in my videos is the mentorship. That's so invaluable. And especially right now where we are in history, if you're listening to the prophets, we need to repent and dig in to find what's really hindering us, not just for singing, not just for being able to be free in our voice, but also so we can walk this life out. And that, my friend, is not easy when you do it alone. And my students love that they have someone that they can walk through life with. But don't take my word for it. I do have very short snippet. Tracy came and did a testimonial for me. And here is Tracy.
I'm going to step on here and talk about Tanya. She's different from any coach I've ever had in that she goes about it spiritually, and she asks the Lord for each person individually, how she can help them. She can't do enough. She's always looking for ways to improve. She's an open book. You just know exactly what she's thinking, and I love that. She's a straight shooter. You are breaking ground, and I feel like I'm getting breakthroughs. But when you find somebody that wants to press in with you and fight with you and seek with you, that's when you get the best results.
And that's true. Not doing it by yourself. All right, so getting stronger in our breathing muscles. We talked about isolating the muscles, which was the slow leak. How was the slow leak for you guys? How far have you gotten? Did you get to 45 seconds? Were you on more of a 10 to 15 seconds because you released all your air too soon, just like you deflated that balloon too quickly? And then we also talked about the deep inhale, another thing that we isolated, and that is 15 seconds. How far did you get to the deep inhale? Go ahead and put in the comments your timed, just put SL equals 10 seconds and DI equals 5 seconds, whatever it is. I'm making up numbers. And then, so that way I can see and really just congratulate you for keeping the good work done. And then we did the 5x5. Now, sometimes we take the isolated muscles, the bicep and the tricep, and now we're doing both. We're doing biceps and triceps when we're, and so that is putting it together, being able to do 5 inhale, 5 exhale. The question is, were you able to get to the 80 BPMs when you did your little metronome on that? I want to know, how far could you go down? Did you challenge yourself and go down to 70 BPMs? Who knows? Now today we're going to do what's called the 5x5x5. And you guessed it. It's 5 inhale, 5 hold, and then 5 lip buzzes. I really do want you to start working on those lip buzzes. And then, of course, you want to repeat again all the way to 10. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let me get out my metronome. We're going to do it at 90 because it's a little bit easier at 90. Here we go. Woo! I feel like I'm talking forever. All right, here we go. All air out. And inhale. Hold. And 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 out. Okay. Now, I normally don't introduce this technique until you're further down along in your progress with me, but you can see how challenging that is. Your goal eventually is to make sure that you're relaxed when you're doing this, because initially it's awkward, you're starting it, and it's, a little bit more challenging to do relaxed and make sure you being able to eat, breathe correctly. And sometimes really you gather too much air down in the abdominal area, your belly, your diaphragm, and now you're over containing that air. Sometimes people hold their breath. Now I said hold, but I didn't say hold your breath because I don't want you to hold your breath. So those are some things that you have to work on, making sure you don't get too much air and make sure you're not tensing up by holding everything in and squeezing. So it is a fine balance. All right. So we skipped the problem. So the problem with breathing and pushing too much air and not enough air, usually I think it's 25% of people, sing too strongly, and 25% of people don't give you enough air, and so you get this breathy sound. And so basically the problem is that in the larynx, as you see right there in your throat, in your vocal cords, those two folds come together. I challenge you guys, go onto YouTube, put in vocal folds or voice box closure and see the live video. They'll scope someone going down the throat and you'll see those little vibrations going. Maybe I'll put that in tomorrow's video. I don't know. We'll see. That's very, very interesting. But when you don't close those together effectively, air leaks out. And then you create that breathy tone. It's not clear. It results in feeling, also you feel like you're running out of breath all the time. And so if you can't control your breath, again, you're going to lose, what was I writing there? I don't know. I can't even read my own notes here. It is proven that if you can't control the airflow where it escapes, you will never be able to hold on to an adequate amount of breath for singing. So if you can't control it, you are not going to be able to sing with enough air. You're always going to feel like there's not enough going on, is basically what that's saying. So if you are, though, a mostly breathy singer. Now, breathy is an improper placement. Sometimes people will use that as a style in the song, and that's occasionally, and that's fine. But if you are generally, and I'm talking generally, this is your go-to, a breathy singer, chances are you're either taking in too much breath, you're contracting too much in this area. Remember, if we're squeezing it too much and it forces the air out, more likely, and that's more likely what it's happening. So, and you're not getting it to close those folds properly. And the fact of the matter is you just haven't trained your voice to connect it in a way it should. And that's where voice teachers really do help. A clear tone is a strong tone. We know that in order to get more volume, we just need to get more contact in the vocal folds. They have to connect. Any breath that gets in the way of those vocal folds touching will always result in a quieter tone. So, how do you see this thing? How do you know? Well, I love visuals. I am a visual learner. So that is why if you have your water bottle, dun, 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 this is what we talk about, is called blowing bubbles technique. And it's basically when you have a water bottle, make sure it's not fully, it's not full. Take some water out of it. Usually 3/4 of it would be great. 4 ounce of water in a glass is great. And basically what you're going to do is start blowing bubbles into the water. So go ahead and do that right now. Okay. Did you notice that you had to push really hard to go in? Or to get them going? Or did you notice that it splashed a whole lot initially and then it died down and you were able to control it? Which one are you? Go ahead and put that in the comments. Did you have a hard time to push to get it to get started? That's number 1. Or number 2, was it splashing first and then you had to keep it under control? By using this bottle and the straw, it helps those cords come together properly. And it shows you how much air you're using, because you can see if you're doing too much air, those bubbles are going to splash everywhere. And if it's not enough air, bubbles will be hard to produce. So our goal, keep them even as possible. When we blow the bubbles into the water, we create good pressure back into the throat, onto our vocal cords, and that helps to stretch and relax the voice. And so, this technique is also great when you've had a whole weekend of singing, and you want to just take care of your voice and not ruin it. You can do a couple of songs or a couple of techniques with the water bottle. You could just be doing this. And just keep going on. It is a great technique. Now, we are going to use this water bottle to do a 5-note scale. So I do want to hear the sound. So you're going to blow the bubbles on pitch. So here we go. We're going to do So as you do it, you get a little bit easier trying to get it, making sure that it's not going above and beyond. All right, I'm going to go to the keyboard. I'm going to let you now blow your bubbles to the scale. Ready? How did you do? Was it easy? Was it hard? Okay, yeah, if it's splashing everywhere, then we need to we need to push back, hold back a little bit on that air. So the goal with this is focus on the smooth transition between the notes with a consistent breath support throughout each phrase. Pay attention to any areas where you feel tension. So when you went and did the scale, could you feel any tension anywhere? Was it unstable in certain areas where you had to go ahead and get another air? Yes, it's hard to get high. So high notes do not require a lot of air, and yet most of us push it to reach it. Okay, and so that's the problem. So we don't need to push it. We need to back off and have support. So remember how we were talking about containing that air. You want to contain that air and control it to give it just a little. So if I'm doing or a higher note, right? I don't want to put too much pressure, otherwise I get pitchy. I want you to experiment. Do this on your own. Experiment with different dynamics, getting loud, coming down soft, while sustaining on a note. And each note will challenge you even more, just like you were saying regarding having the harder to get to the high notes. But keep practicing. You will get it. Now, the second part of the bubbles is first you kind of get used to it. Second, you're going to do a 5-note scale. And the third one, we're going to do it with a song. How many people know Reckless Love? Now, I took a song that most people know, but I don't assume anymore because I've done that before in lessons. So what I want you to do is put it in the chat if you have sung this song and you had challenges in this chorus section where you had to take multiple breaths in the chorus section. Because that's what I find commonly when I hear the song sung. This is what happens when I do the video two times in a row. I try to go fast because I know I've got a deadline. Anyways, your cat's curious. I know, right? Your cat's probably like, Mom, what are you doing? My dog, on the other hand, is sitting on top of the couch like a cat, and sleeping. He drives me nuts. Not drive me nuts. He cracks me up. It's kind of crazy. But so if you've sung this song with challenges, if you haven't sung this song, guess what? You're gonna sing it today. And so we are just gonna take this chorus sections. And what I want you to do, what's really always awesome, is take a song and just sing it first. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to sing it. We're not going to do the bubbles yet. I just want you to sing the song. So here we go. Oh, I couldn't find my pitch. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. All right, so we sang the song. Did you notice anything? Were you having trouble in certain areas? All right, you probably did. Just tuck that in the back of your brain. Now I'm going to play the song for you, and I want you to grab your bottle, and I want you to sing it. And I will do this with you, okay? So that's our next section. Let me see. And it's paused because I paused it, didn't I? I did. Hold on. Let's do it again. Have your bottles ready? Let's do this. Take two. Now you kind of get an idea what we're doing. Here we go. One of the things is kind of cool is that it gives you like a map of where you've lost your bubbles and where you splashed too much bubbles. Take notes. So I would get the chord chart and I would write down, I would do the whole song and I would see where my bubbles are going high, off the chart, on the chart, all those things. And that is a roadmap of what you need to work on. So now, once you've have those things in place, you are going to do your lip trills, this thing again. And then what I want you to do is sing the song. And I want you to come back here after you've practiced with the bubbles and sing the song again. You struggled on the last, on God the last time. Yes. And that's because you didn't get enough air prior to. So again, that's going to help you catch that. So you caught it, right? All right. So can you tell a difference is what I want to know in the comments. Not now, but after you work on it a little bit with the bubbles, figure it out, play around with it, and then sing the song and see if you can master it. All right, I'm going to see and check to see if there's any questions. I put this in here. Excuse my dog. He is going wacko. I have a friend coming. Hold on just a minute. The door is ringing. I knew this was going to happen. Let me, hold on just a minute. All right, so let's go to that next part. Have you seen these tools? Many people have seen these items. I actually did purchase every single one of them, but these tools do what your water bottle does, okay? Except for the breather. The breather here is really a good respiratory trainer. So if you have more challenges with your lungs, just in a general, trying to breathe, I would invest in one of these and practice. And you can see it has like a knob, and you can, and it controls your inhale and your exhale. And it controls, it really builds up, it controls, what I wanted to say, it really trains your muscles on the inside, internally. And so you get stronger lungs with them. The little singing thing is the same thing as the straw, singing straw, same thing. You can do these with the songs in addition to, besides just blowing, you can do scales with them. You can do the whole song with these guys. I always recommend it, especially if you're struggling with the song. I always get out my cup of bubbles, or I do one of these trainers, and it's very, very helpful. All right. And of course, I'm always going to tease you a little bit more regarding the day 5. So you come back. We will talk about the missing link in the diaphragmatic breathing that majority of teachers don't teach because it's complicated. It's not something that people will, teachers will always try to get their students. Well, I won't say that. I'll just be quiet on that one. And then I'm going to teach you a technique to help engage more movement from the diaphragm. And the third one that that's the new one I did not repeat last time, was how can you exercise and train your breath at the same time? Because there's a way. And I look forward. There is so much to look forward to in the next 2 days. So that's it. We have 2 more days and we're done with the challenge. Hope you have a great weekend. I hope you come back and watch the videos live because I love interacting with you guys. And if you are, if you're, awake at late at night, I think it's like 7. I unmuted myself. If you're awake 7 o'clock Arizona time, 8 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to be on Red's Room. I'm going to be performing 4 of my original songs, and they're going to interview me, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So come back. I will post the link later in the group right before we go on, so that way you can join and watch. Have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.